Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. We're going to talk today about Canada, our brothers and sisters to the north. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about soaring gas prices and other costs that are going on. And then I'm going to take you to a really interesting website that I just found. And if you aren't living in Canada, this does pertain to you because as our economy is collapsing in America, the economies are collapsing all over the world, and Canada has some very interesting hurdles to go through. We heard about absolute soaring real estate prices in Canada as early back as 2015, 2016, where we started to see these mansions just explode in price way before we saw the real estate boom in America. Canada was already dealing with it. So this is a story I want to cover, and this is quite staggering. Soaring gas prices stalling summer road trips for Canadians. Now, guys, remember that I've been talking about deflation and how it's already starting in subscription services, and now next it will be travel and leisure, and we're already seeing that. We're already seeing fewer people flying, fewer people driving, fewer people, watching Netflix, things like that. And there's a handful of reasons that people are choosing not to do these things. One is because these companies are going woke, so they're going to go broke because people are going to vote with their money, which is great. But the other reason is because people just don't have that much money. The fact is, inflation is hitting us all. And with that being said, guys, to anyone in Canada watching this, do me a favor and hashtag Canada, hashtag gas prices in the comment section below to let me know that you're from Canada and you're watching. And if you're new to this channel, I suggest hitting that subscribe button. And the reason why is because this is one of the fastest growing economic channels on YouTube, because I saw the last two big cycles ahead, and I am warning the world right now to get ready for this next crash. It will be epic, but I want you guys to take advantage of it and go crush it, not only to become wealthy for you and your family, but also to help your community and eventually the world. Guys, honestly, we cannot help the world without money. All right, guys, and let's take it back from the elite and let's just go run with it ourselves. All right, so here we go. It says right here, according to a recent survey conducted for the Tire and Rubber Association of Canada, 2/3 of Canadian drivers will be staying closer to home this summer. The survey found that 66% of the drivers say fuel prices will force them to cancel or limit road trips this summer. Now, guys, I want you to take a little sidebar here to realize that how big of a deal that is. When people do not have the money to go and travel, that means less money is spent at the hotels, the theme parks, the local economies, these tourist attractions. So what happens is all of those companies start to hurt more because they're expecting that summer rush and they're not getting it. So they're eventually going to have to limit their services or lay off people, which I believe by the end of summer is going to be absolutely horrific. In the middle of rising inflation, transitory hyperinflation, and literally food famines across the world. Says the study also says right here, among young drivers aged 18 to 24, that number climbs to 75%. Now that makes a lot of sense. And the reason why is because young drivers that are aged 18 to 24, quite frankly, they are new to this world. They do not have big careers, usually a lot of money coming in. They've got a lot of startup, life startup costs. And so this is affecting them very bad. It's also affecting elderly people on fixed incomes. It's really sad, especially when you make it this far, you get to your retirement and you expect to be able to enjoy it. And then out of the blue, an inflation wave worse than the late 70s is hitting us. It will not stop anytime soon. It's actually going to get worse. And people are literally being robbed of their retirement joy. And that's just a really hard thing. But honestly, guys, here's the positive thing. If you get prepared for this, you're going to be able to crush it. And we're going to be probably all doing yacht flipping shows on YouTube, quite frankly. Trust me, I got some plans. All right. It says here, the study also indicates that 8 in 10 Canadian drivers believe their high gas fuel prices are here to stay. I can tell you the good news is that is actually not true. We do go through these big cycles. This will be a very big one. It is going to get much more expensive. I believe that we're going to see diesel hitting $10 a gallon in America, which will just completely send people for a loop. But the truth is these are cycles, okay? And once you understand economic cycles, like I've been teaching on my channel about real estate cycles, precious metal cycles, business cycles, you get to start to see how predictable these are and then how you can make money from them. All right, so now we're going to go to an interesting website. It's right here, Numburo, Umbiro? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Try and pronounce it phonetically for me in the comments section. But you can actually select anywhere. And I actually pulled up Canada to give you a couple of ideas. And I actually am going to put it right next to Los Angeles. Okay. And this is something for just the video when this comes out on about the 15th. The Canadian dollar, $1 Canadian equals 77 cents US dollars. So the dollar is obviously stronger right now. The Canadian dollar used to be a lot stronger than the dollar. I remember it being, 11, 13% stronger. I want to say back in the 2013 range, around there, if my memory serves me right. But just to give you an idea, that's about the range, right? This is a couple things. A lot of things line up, right? Especially imports. Like down here, they show you where a Volkswagen Golf or equivalent runs 27,000 Canadian. It actually is very close in dollar terms, but this one blew me away. Right now, milk, literally a gallon of milk is running almost 10 Canadian dollars, whereas in Los Angeles, a gallon of milk right now is sitting around $4.10. Do me a favor, because I am really big on staples, and there's two things in consumer prices that are always a staple. They really can't hide it. And that is a gallon of milk and a gallon of gas. Okay. And I think that is so very important. So right now, a gallon of milk is double the price of that in Los Angeles, which you would think Los Angeles is one of the most expensive places in the country, right? The other thing is that when we go back here to gasoline, it says right here, recently gas has been selling for close to $1.09 a liter at some gas stations, and then sometimes it gets as high as $2.15 to $2.34. Now, obviously, we aren't on the liter system for gas, but that is astronomically high when compared to Los Angeles. And I think that is very, very important for people to realize. Okay. Canada also has some issues when it comes to home ownership, where it's very hard to, from what I understand, to buy homes and pay them off. It just, the way they do their mortgages, it's almost like people have been really priced out of the market, the average man and woman. And it really, really bums me out. Now, I wanted to show you this website because I'd love for you guys to do some comparisons on your own and check it out. Where I was going through this list and looking at these things, right now, if you look at the water, $2.19 Canadian, and then if you pop over here to it's $2.01. So it really is pretty darn close. But the staples between fuel and milk, that is pretty gnarly. Now, eggs, I noticed, are about the proper price. So as far as food goes, that is sort of normal. Now, just you guys know that I love McDonald's coffee. So right here, McMeal at McDonald's, right? Combo meal, you're looking at $9. Whereas in Canada right now, we're going to go to the McMeal, we're looking at 12. So right there, still about the same when you take into account the currency exchange. All right. So I think this is a big deal. And the reason why is because as Canadians already are dealing with high fuel prices, and it gets worse, you're going to see that drastically hit their travel and leisure. And if you think about it right now, Canada has an issue when it comes to tourism, because they have certain restrictions that do not allow everybody to come into the country right now if they don't, let's say, have something put into their arm. And quite frankly, that means there's going to be less people traveling to that country. So you can see how these issues will exacerbate the situation where travel and leisure is going to get hit super, super hard, especially in a summer where hotels, restaurants, theme parks, attractions would be expecting a just blowout year with everybody out and doing things. I think this is going to be, quite frankly, the summer of the start of the next depression. But if you're ready for it, guys, you're going to absolutely crush it. So with that being said, I thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks for hitting that like button. You guys are awesome. Ninja Nation is going to be prepared and not scared, and we are going to absolutely crush it. That being said, the Economic Ninja is out.